Hey, what's up guys? It's Moro, the mod dev for Moro's Indomitable Duo mod on ASA. Here I'm going to show you how to use all these machines in my mod to create your very own MoroRaptor and MoroRex. I will kind of be going in and out for stuff that may be different on console versus PC, but the generic workflow is no different for everybody, just, you know, different keybinds and etc. So, first off, the first machine you're going to want to start out with is called the engineering station. It kind of looks like a little boom box, sort of. I don't know, I kind of took inspiration from a boom box a little bit. But for this machine, you're going to want to craft this one in your inventory. I'm obviously in GCM right now, but in base game, you're just going to want to craft the Moro's engineering station. It's not too pricey, but it definitely requires you to be somewhat established to be able to craft it. So once you get it all crafted, just place it down like I did here. And this is the only machine in my mod that requires gasoline to run. Since, you know, you craft it out of your inventory, there's no real reason for it, to be honest with you. But, I mean, you can't craft these bad boys without this machine. So that's why you need to use gasoline, because that's the only thing available to you before you even get this thing running. So once you get this thing running, you've got a couple crafting options. These obviously are the power cells. These power all the other machines in my mod, and they're not too expensive. They craft in clumps of 20, so I think they're pretty cheap. And in the structures, you've got about 5 things from my mod that you can craft. This one right here, not being a machine, is kind of just a cool reward trophy. You know, you guys know what it is if you've seen it. But this thing's got a special reference to it. But I'm gonna not spoil it and just kind of leave it. You can go craft it on your own. You unlock the engram by killing a wild MoroRaptor, and it requires a trike bone helmet, 250 cementing paste, etc., metal and wood. So for the first machine that you're going to want to use is a DNA extractor. Basically, this machine will allow you to take creature parts that are already in the base game, like Rex claws, Alpha Raptor claws, Rex arms, Carno arms, Therizino claws, Giga hearts, you know, all that good stuff. Those will finally have a use other than boss fight stuff. Now you can use those to actually extract DNA from. You can also use eggs, fertilized eggs from the creatures that you need in order to craft these guys. So in here I've got what I need. These right here, MoroRaptor Tooth and MoroRex Rib. Those are the drops that those guys over there in the wild will give you when you kill them. MoroRaptors will drop the teeth, MoroRex will drop the ribs. And I'll kind of get to why you have all these different things. You don't necessarily need to go out and kill these guys to obtain a crafted, genetically engineered one for yourself. It's just I kind of gave more options for people, and I'll kind of touch up on that later in the video. But for starters, you're going to want to go get the basic stuff. Therizino claws, Gigantosaurus heart, Tyrannosaurus arm, or Alpha Rex tooth can also be used. Alpha Carno arms and Alpha Raptor claws. Basically any drop that comes from any one of these 5 creatures here, you can use. You can use their eggs. You can use supplement creature remains for it, etc. But once you get all of those, you're going to want to make sure you got some power cells in the DNA extractor right here. It looks like this. But once you're in there, you got the power cells and you got all your stuff. You're just going to want to click turn on. It'll play this animation that I spent hours doing. I'm pretty proud of it, honestly. I don't know if you guys like it. I hope you do. But right here, check it out. You just sit there and wait, and we'll get some DNA petri dishes soon. There we go. No time at all, actually. So I got Therizino petri dish, Rex petri dish, basically all the stuff in here I got a petri dish for. Here's the MoroRex petri dish, the Carno. Where's the MoroRaptor right here? You got all of them. So depending on what kind of remain you put in here, eggs and remains give you different amounts of petri dishes depending on what they are. But yeah, that's how you get the petri dishes. I've already got a load stacked up here, so we're going to use those as an example. So once you get all your petri dishes, you're going to want to come over to this machine right here. DNA synthesizer. You can obviously craft it in there. And once you got it crafted, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to put in the power cells, and you're going to want to put in all of your petri dishes. Turn on the synthesizer. It'll play a nice little animation that also took me a long time, let's say. But anyways, we'll look at all these options here. So basically, you can craft from these petri dishes. These petri dishes are basically smaller, portions and amounts, small samples, you might say, of the DNA from those remains and parts from the creatures. This means that basically they're not pure DNA strands, aka they've got excess stuff in them, they're just not pure DNA strands that you want to use. So from these, you're going to need enough, and you're going to want to craft the pure DNA vial version of the petri dish. And right here, you got all the options. Carno, Giga, Raptor, Rex, there's Xeno, MoroRex, and MoroRaptor. You don't need to craft all of these. There's alternate ways of getting the eggs, which I'll show you in the next machine. But go ahead and craft your vials up, the ones that you're going to end up using. And they do take a little bit. They take about 30 seconds per to craft. And right here, this is the next machine, DNA synthesizer. Same deal, you're going to need the power cells right there. And in here, now I get to the explanation of kind of what recipes and alternate ways of crafting I was talking about. So these right here are the thing you're going to need to make these eggs. And these right here are called genomes. These genomes are basically all these right here. These are MoroRaptor. They're the purple ones. The kind of tan orangey ones are MoroRex genomes. Now these, I know it's a little bit intimidating because there's like 3 of the same thing, but they're just alternate ways to craft. That's all. You don't need to make all 3. You don't need to make all 2 of these. They're just alternate ways of crafting and getting these genomes. So for the first option on the MoroRex, you're going to want to get those 5 creatures, the Carno, Raptor, Therizino, Giga, and Rex DNA vials, the pure strand version of those. And once you get those, then you can craft the MoroRex genome. Option 2 is just using 1 pure MoroRex DNA vial. And you get a pure MoroRex DNA vial via crafting it here. And that just requires MoroRex petri dishes. And you get MoroRex petri dishes from killing wild MoroRexes. Same deal for the Raptor. Option 1, pure MoroRex DNA vial, 1. And then 1 pure Raptor DNA vial. For the second option, you got pure MoroRaptor DNA vial. And for the third option, which honestly is kind of the hardest one, but the reason I have these alternate ways to craft like this is because these are all vanilla creatures: Carno, Raptor, Therizino, Giga, and Rex. Some people don't want to have the MoroRex and MoroRaptor spawn in the wild, which is completely understandable. I have any settings that I also showcased in another video that allow you to disable and control the spawns, the wild spawns of these guys. But in the case of somebody that has them disabled in the wild, they won't be able to kill the MoroRex or MoroRaptor to obtain their teeth and ribs, aka they won't be able to make pure MoroRaptor DNA vial or the MoroRex pure DNA vial. So if you have the wild spawns disabled, basically you ignore these two crafting recipes and you ignore this one too. And then you just have these two to use, because these are all vanilla creatures, and the DNA you can get from vanilla creatures, that's just kind of default. So, for example, I'll go get all these, which are crafted and ready to go now. Put in these vials and turn it on. Make sure you got the power cells in there, and boom, you're done. So now you just pick your recipe essentially. For these eggs, you're gonna need for the MoroRex genome. You're just gonna need one for the MoroRex egg, and in combinants of a fertilized Rex egg. Now, the fertilized Rex egg, it does not matter what level it is. It does not matter at all. It just has to be a fertilized Rex egg. For the MoroRaptor egg, you just need one MoroRaptor genome and a fertilized Raptor egg. And then you have the MoroRaptor Gen 2, which is 2 MoroRaptor genomes and 1 fertilized Raptor egg. So, the only difference between the MoroRaptor egg here and the MoroRaptor Gen 2 egg is the fact that the MoroRaptor Gen 2 egg has color regions, and this one does not. This one has preset colors. Females are white, males are black and orange. These guys have color regions that you can change, and they can have crazy color combinations. That's the only difference. There's no stat changes, nothing like that. So once you get your genome, it will take some time to craft. But once you have that, and you get your fertilized egg for whatever you're crafting, and then you can craft an egg. And once you got yourself an egg, the fourth and final machine that you're going to want to use is the GMH incubator. This is what you use to hatch the eggs. So all you're going to want to do is just get one of your eggs, put it in, and you're going to want to have power cells in there as well. Now, there's a lot of questions about what determines the level that comes out of the egg that you genetically engineer. It's completely dependent on your server's difficulty value, so it doesn't depend on anything else. Basically, how it works is it will find a value, which is the server's difficulty value. Say it's 5, so your max wild spawns for dinos in the wild are 150, right? So that'll be the same deal here. The maximum level you can get would be a 150 coming out of this egg, and the lowest would be a multiplication of 20 and the difficulty value. So it'd just be 5 times 20 essentially, which it was just 10, which is 100. So 100 would be the minimum level you can get from hatching this egg, and the max would be 150. Now, if your difficulty is like 8, for example, just multiply 8 times 30, and that's the max level, and then 8 times 20, that's the minimum level. And in between that level range is a possibility of what you could get. So you could get anything between that maximum and minimum level. Now, we're going to get to how to actually hatch these guys. So essentially, on console and PC, it's the same thing, just minus a certain key. On PC, all you're going to want to do is just have the egg in here, and you're going to want to select it normally, turn the machine on, and then you're going to get this button that appears called Hatch Egg. Make sure you have this egg selected. It will not pop up if you don't have it selected. See? It's gone. Now it's back. Console, same thing. You just, you know, I'm on a controller right here, Xbox controller. If you press A to select it, the button will appear. There is a glitch right now, just be aware. Do not press left or right trigger on the egg. I don't know what, or right here it actually says LT. So left trigger, do not press that. It will drop the egg out of the machine and it will crash your game. I do not know why it crashes your game when you drop an egg out of the incubator, but it does. So just be careful. Do not drop an egg out of the incubator. Press A to select and then go over here and click the button by selecting A. Or in the PC case, left click. And then you get your hatch animation. And there you go. There's your MoroRaptor. Genetically engineered and in the flesh. Again, female. Oh, Jesus. So, he's running around. There we go. So, he came out as a level 116. My difficulty level setting is 5. So, the minimum level would be 100, and the maximum level would be 150. So, he was right smacking kind of towards the lower end of things, 116. And there you go. That's how you get a MoroRaptor. And same deal for the Rex. I'll leave you guys to kind of go see this one for yourself. I don't want to spoil the animation, even though I kind of did it with the MoroRaptor, but I mean, it's definitely nice to see it with your own eyes in game and experience it. I did indeed spend hours on those animations, so I hope you guys like them. But yeah, that's pretty much all for this. I do answer questions on how to do stuff in my Discord. I'm pretty active in there. I stream pretty frequently. I would consider joining the Discord if you want to see more news and mods from me. I'm currently working on a ocean TLC mod, which is going to be a huge mod with a lot of ocean creatures, machines, tools, weapons, mechanics, underwater structures, just basically revamping the oceans entirely to make it so that people actually would want to go live in the ocean and venture out in there, because right now, let's be honest, who wants to go in the ocean? It's not a very fun place at all. So, in that mod, our goal is to make it so that people actually want to go into the ocean. My partner for that is, his name's Lanthanum. We're collaborating on that mod. He's going to be handling some stuff. I'm going to be handling some stuff as well. And in our efforts, we will be able to make, hopefully, an outstanding ocean mod. If you guys want to support the development of that mod, you can find donate links in Patreon, Ko-Fi. We have a bunch of donation stuff in the Discord that you can find, and you can also find it on CurseForge. The mod is not yet released, but it will. But if you want to help fund it and support us so we can keep making it, then that would be splendid. We really appreciate that. You'll get member role in Discord, etc. Basically, you get some benefits. And if you indeed want something specific to be in the mod, you can commission us to make your very specific item or creature or whatever you want. It isn't exactly the cheapest because it does take a lot of manpower, but it is a way of getting what you want in the mod guaranteed. Because right now we have 4 set creatures that are coming with initial release. It's going to be a Tylosaurus, Leviathan, Megalodon TLC, and a Mosasaur TLC. We already have a commission for another creature too, which I'm going to keep secret for now, but you guys will see that when the mod comes out. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, as I said, leave it in the comments below or come chat in Discord. There's plenty of people willing to help. And I hope you enjoy the mod and have fun. Have a good one, guys.